Yes, here, good morning children. Here we are going to learn today another lesson that is very interesting lesson that you like, that is components of food. These components of food which is different components means actually different food items that are needed in a meal, and they may be example curd, pickles, meat, chicken, rice, whatever you want an item as you can just say it as components of food. So what do the different food items contain? The food items contain different ingredients present in it. The food items contain, actually the food contains, this food item contains different ingredients are mixed together to make the food. So these ingredients, the main source of the ingredients actually plants and animals. So when we come to food items, when we come to India there are many states which have their own, according to their culture, according to the sources of food which are available from plants and animals, that will be actually cooked in a different varieties as food and will be taking it. So Punjabi's food will be different from Telangana food will be different from Maharashtra. Like that, there are different states which need actually different foods according to the sources, according to the climatic conditions. They started making different types of food. So actually here, what we actually what we have to learn is what uh, what is the importance of food and what the food contains. Actually, what the food contains. Food contains here, the food contains the some components which are needed to our body. The food which is needed to our body, in that food we can, the main item it contains is nutrients. These nutrients are named as, just generally we are saying nutrients, that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Once again I'll say, these nutrients are named as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Additional to these, you can see that dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers and water. So here, first of all, we want to know that how can we know that whether the carbohydrate is present or not, our food item whatever we are eating, whether it contains the nutrients, all these nutrients which are necessary to our body. So easily we can test whether some any food item, when we take as a raw or cooked food, and we test with some chemicals from the laboratory, easily we can know that it is a carbohydrate, it is a protein, it is a fat. Easily we can actually experiment it whether this food item contains carbohydrate or a protein. So for testing these, actually for testing these nutrients, first we are going to concentrate whether the food item is carbohydrate or not. Whatever the food item we are taking, which contains, suppose you know what is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate will be rich in, actually carbohydrate will be rich in these starch and rich in starch and sugars. Starch and sugars. 10 minutes. Starch and sugars. So here, starch and sugars, we can see that how it contains. So when we want to test starch, whether it is present or not, for that we need the actually sugar, we can say that starch test. What is that? Starch test we can do by taking any carbohydrate item, food item. That is, it may be a raw and it may be a others. Okay, here to know that what is actually starch test, means testing the carbohydrate. So first of all we have to prepare a solution, that is tincture iodine solution. Tincture iodine solution, dilute solution. This is iodine is mixed with water. So tincture iodine solution we have to take, and then that will be mixed with some water and make it as a dilute one. And then what we have to take is food item. Food item, that is, it may be cooked rice. Cooked rice. What we have to take, children? Here first for knowing the starch test, here tincture iodine solution is made by mixing water, and we have to take food that contains carbohydrate, mainly cooked rice. Any flour of rice, we can just take it and test it whether it is present or not. Suppose this I am just taking some quantity of food item. This food item, that is actually this is rice. This is rice. We are just we are mixing with some water. We are mixing with some water. Taking it iodine and mixing with some water. Just whatever things are there in the house I am using it, and then what I am doing is just I want to add 2 to 3 drops of tincture iodine, that is dilute iodine, to the given food item. Whatever the food we are taking, I am going to add it. Just 1, 2, 3 drops. So completely you can see that it will be changing into blue black. 2 to 3 drops is being taken, and it is changed into blue black. See that blue black. This is cooked food, rice we have taken. So it is changed into blue black. Is it correct, children? So now the test is being completed by cooked food, and it is changed. It has been given results that it contains what? Carbohydrate, starch. Starch test is finished, and here raw material also is there, where you can see the small quantity of whatever the flour, rice flour I have taken, and here rice flour we are taking, that is changed into blue black. This is a raw one. This is a raw one what I have taken. That is nothing but yes, 2 to 3 drops only we have to add. We should not add more. Okay? Okay, children. Here I am taken, and the quantity of this is being changed. Totally when we add, there is no use of doing the test. So 2 to 3 drops they told to add according to the experiment. So I am adding 2 to 3 drops where it is being completely changed into blue black. So raw material we have taken, and cooked food also we have taken. Till today only starch stitches. Tomorrow we are going to learn about about protein test, fat test we are going to learn tomorrow, and your homework is read lesson and write points on starch test. Okay, children, this is your homework. Yes, children, bye. Bye. Okay. Homework, just components of food. This is over. Okay.